tardes, mi amigo. ¿Qué hay de
Oh,
nuevo? ¿Qué hay de
Spanish.
nuevo? Hey, you like that?
Yeah, nothing. Nothing
That's
new.
about all I've learned so far.
Just it's a start. Starting somewhere.
I I feel like after learning a little bit more Spanish, I feel completely like motivated and excited to keep going. The only concern I have though is once I start school on Wednesday, I'm not sure if like it's gonna be even harder for me to balance like
No,
studying that and then learning uh, nursing. So I'm super nervous because I don't want to stop learning Spanish. I'm actually really having fun. And then like when I talk to you, I'm like, oh, like it's that, and then I'm trying to understand why it is. So then I go online, I'm like, why is it this? Like I'm learning everything. So
yeah. Like
it's been really fun.
if you ask like a native Spanish speaker, but like not, studied the language, you
Hmm.
you ask them why it's this and be like, that's just how I learned it. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
I guess it's good that I have like someone like you who knows like both languages pretty well.
Hmm.
That you're able to like give me like really good explanations as to why it's one way and not the other.
I try.
You're a good teacher.
I try.
I would hire you for maybe a couple hot spices with bacon on them
And
a
cheese,
week.
sub
And
sesame.
Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese was not
Hey
bad.
everybody. Hey everybody. Welcome back.
We're just having a
It's the
talk.
Motel. Yeah, Motel A&M podcast. Hey guys, don't forget to follow us on actually I don't have us on Twitter no more. Twitter has been dead. I'm like, we're not even using it. Let's just delete it. Instagram is probably gonna be the main hub where you guys get information. You can follow me or Alex. We are tagged on the Motel A&M podcast Instagram, so go ahead and give us a follow there. And congrats, Alex. We passed 400 listens on Anchor from all our
Damn.
overall
Shout out
Spotify, Google, Anchor, and wherever else that they're distributing
for
it.
12 episodes. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think if we would have kept going and had like continue with that momentum, we could have had more, but
Probably
it's
double.
okay. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Like I said, we're not doing this for like to be to make a living. Like honestly, I feel like this is like one of the most enjoyable hobbies that we could have probably um,
Like
picked
picked up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I love doing it. I love doing all this planning, and I was just remembering the other day while we were talking about some of the items we want to talk about and how we would go on like car rides,
Yeah.
and I'd be sitting there, we re-listen to the episode like, all right, we got to improve this, we got to change that, and now we're like, it's become like kind of like second nature for us, or at least I'd hope to think that's how it is.
Like we don't even have to worry about what we're having to say. With like at the start, we were like, man, we're so quiet. The awkward pauses
Oh yeah,
or no topics to talk about. Now we have notes and we go off of.
honest honestly, dude, the camera helps so much. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was really hesitant because I was like, I don't want to look at my fugly face. Like, I hate staring at my face. Not like, let alone like people. I'm pretty sure like 90% of us hate the way we sound. So hearing and then seeing myself, I'm like, oh, my confidence went like up here to like way down here. But it helps
Especially
us like with the easier like transitions from one person to another.
like the first time I heard the podcast, we're like, damn, we're so awkward.
It's a painful one, man. I'm never gonna let that go. How like painful that
Three,
first
two,
episode
one.
was. One, three, two, one. But it's like a nice like
Starting
totem to
point.
have, I guess. Yeah, like we go back and I was listening to the episode before we started today, and I was like, man, we've improved a lot. So I'm excited to see where if we continue this year with the podcast. Like I'm excited to see like how
See where
much
we're
better we
at.
can do.
Like at
Yeah,
25 episodes.
who knows? Maybe we might have seasons. Season one, episodes 1 through 20. What would you think
Okay.
about that?
Yeah. And then
It's
we could
it's
come
a
back.
thought.
Yeah.
And we take little breaks, maybe go on vacation. Take our
Yeah.
let's welcome back our fact checker who's been missing for like half the episodes.
We picked up some money to pay him.
Yeah, welcome back, fact checker. I know there's a lot of people out there that are
Shut your
like,
mouth.
there's a lot of people like, who's the fact checker? Like, I remember Frankie was like, do you actually have a fact checker, or do you have like a program? And I was like, yeah, we have a fact checker.
Behind the scenes.
We we have it in the budget. It's in the budget. All right, let's get this started. Earlier, I was looking up food,
Like
and I thought
per
of something
usual.
interesting. It's usual. Every day I think about food. Every minute. I think okay. So sometimes it's a good thing that I have like an unhealthy obsession to food, but then I know it's a bad thing. But it's like it's better than doing like crack or cocaine or speed.
That's how
I
you
mean,
justify it.
they're all like really bad to be honest. Like even food at when you eat it like unhealthily and like moderated, then it becomes like an addiction. Then it's unhealthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, like if you're treat yourself here and there, it's not too bad. So don't go too hard on yourself. Um, but I had seen a post from Mike Chang. He does a food blog for Strictly Dumpling on YouTube, and he goes to all these different places. Um, Japan, Tokyo. I'm sorry, Thailand. He goes to Europe, and he goes to 7-Elevens as some like to make some of his videos,
Hmm.
and he sees the different varieties of food from every state, nation, country, and all that stuff. Is there any place that you would want to go to that's here in the U.S. that you would want to try like outside of the country?
We talked about it before we started.
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's,
McDonald.
because well, I'm pretty sure people know already that we used to work there,
Yeah.
and as of late, they introduced like sandwiches that were from like around from different countries, so we had to make those here. I'm like, damn, like this would be. Some of them were like, this is actually kind of good type of thing. So, but I know there's also some weird inventions that they make. What are you guys talking about? Like fried Oreos or something? Or
Oh yeah. I forgot where we're gonna need our fact checker to get this, but um, it might have been Europe or China, but
they?
they have. I think it was China. They have a spam and Oreo sandwich.
That sounds horrible.
I'm a fan of spam. I'm a fan of Oreos, but it looked like they have mayo. So usually, like if you ever make like yourself like a spam sandwich, you
Hmm.
usually put mayo on it. But mayo and Oreos, I'm not.
It's
I'm
sugar and
not
salty
sure.
at the same time.
It's China. Yeah, China has that. I think I remember I talked about this with like our old coworkers, and I asked this question. A lot of them wanted to try the Alaskan sandwich, the crab roll sandwich that they have.
From McDonald's as well.
From yeah, I think they sell it in Alaska. And it's like the McRib bread,
Hmm.
and then they put like this huge lobster in there, and they like top it with like it looks like the ceviche toppings or
That
whatever.
sounds actually pretty good.
Yeah, people want to try it. I'm like, hey, I mean, I'm not much of like a seafood person.
Hmm.
I think I would want to try like the pizza that they have in some other places,
I
like in
like
Europe.
actual authentic pizza.
No, I
Some
want to try McDonald's pizza,
oh,
and then I'll try the authentic.
or it just came to mind. Maybe the different Disneylands they have around the world too. See how
Hmm.
different it is from the one here.
I'm not much of a roller coaster person, but I would love to go to the Attack on Titan. I think they have it at Universal's
Hmm.
in Japan. I don't know if it's still up, but if they do still have it, I would eventually like to go there. I mean, we both want to go to Japan, so we should just plan it out. Just do it. Just do it one day.
Maybe one day.
Speaking about the pizza, it kind of made me laugh. In my head, I thought of the episode when Michael from The Office goes to New York for like the big executive meeting. He's
I
like, in
know.
here, I love to get myself a slice of pizza from New York, and he's like
It's
trying to. What was it? What's it called? It's like supposed to be like authentic, like New York pizza, but it's
mm-hmm.
just like a chain
Oh
Sabaros.
yeah, it's Zabaros. I'm like,
I would actually want to try like 7-Eleven food too, because some of the food like that guy Mike Chang posts like it looks good, and it looks a lot fresher than some of the food that we have here in our gas stations and even like supermarkets.
speaking on that uh, gas station food that we talked about a while ago.
Hmm. Episode 11, I think.
I wonder what well like what do they have like we have like the hot dogs or like pre-made food already. What do they have over there?
So in a lot of the more like Asian 7-Elevens, they have um, ramen bowls, and some of them actually have like raw meat in them. Sandwiches. I mean, pretty much like the same thing that we have here, but it's more to their liking, more like an Asian style of cooking.
Yeah.
Even they have. I don't think we have them here, but they have like really long sticks of sausage. Not like that crap Slim Jim. Like they're like thick quarter, 2 quarter, thick sausages.
Damn.
They have seafood, eel sticks, eel sticks. I think it's like a cheese stick,
Yeah,
but it's made out of eel. I mean, they
don't knock
dip
me till
it.
you try it.
Yeah, they dip it in like the ramen and like soup stuff, and so I've seen a lot of like the Asian ones. I've never actually watched too much of the European ones because it's kind of the same as like America, but who knows? Maybe they might have like in Canada if they have 7-Elevens. Do you know what poutine? I think it's called poutine. Do you know what it's called? Do you
Mm-mm.
know what it is?
No, no.
So it's like potatoes, like fries covered in like gravy
Ooh,
and cheese. I
diabetes.
think that's like a Canadian like
Sounds like grits, kind of.
pasta. Isn't that oatmeal or is that potatoes?
It's potatoes too, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm. I've heard of grits and like Black Bear sells grits, but I don't want to like try them from Black Bear because no offense to Black Bear, but
Might not be the
I don't
authentic
know.
stuff.
Right?
Speaking of, I did wanna. I thought about like I don't know if it's a cop out, but like trying actual ramen from like Japan.
Yeah.
That would be hella good.
Even the places in LA, if you go to like the Chinatowns and
Mm.
Koreatowns, Japantown, they I feel like they're pretty legit there. They're not like Americanized. They're completely you'll walk down in Japantown in LA and legit like it's all like kanji and katakana and like legit Japanese characters. And so I remember when I went, um, they actually did have like a lot of like ramen spots, and I was like, dude, I'm not a fan of ramen because like the soy and the miso base.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like those because they're too salty for me. But smelling them, they smell amazing. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to give it a try.
Did you try it?
No, I
Oh,
had already eaten. I actually tried
you missed out.
um, a glazed donut with bacon on top. Well, it wasn't the best.
Yeah, that's another sugar and salt one.
I think like a few years ago, like the bacon donuts went like viral. Like people were all trying them. And I was like, it's not for me.
Next thing you're gonna say like pepperonis, like it's a pizza donut.
Have you? You know what I want to try is the In and Out donut.
They have a donut?
No, they don't. But
Oh,
you make it at home. It's like an In and Out style sandwich, but then you replace the buns with the glazed, old fashioned glazed donuts
oh,
from like Krispy Kreme. So I was like, it looks good. And you would think like sweet and sour, or the saltiness would be like,
counteracting.
um, yeah, with the sweetness. So I'm like, it could have worked.
Mm.
People love it. They do it.
I mean, the the McGriddle does that, and it sells fine.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Do you think like? Well, I'm not even sure because I've never actually looked it up. Uh, like in other countries, do you think they have like McGriddles on their
Mm,
menu?
I wouldn't doubt it, but it so seems like it's an American thing to do. Is like let's put some pancakes between some meat type of thing.
And I know I'm American because that sounds real good. What's your favorite pancake place or like pancakes to get, like restaurant wise? I think Denny's for me is because
uh,
that's all I've really had.
yeah. So I've only had like a few. I only have had IHOP like once. Denny's, more than a handful, and then I
Hmm.
think I've had Black Bear like once.
Yeah.
Oh, Cinema Cafe had some really good ones too.
Oh yeah, that place was bomb.
Yeah, I think it had to be Cinema
R.I.P.
Cafe because of the authenticness. Yeah.
Yeah, I I really loved Cinema Cafe. Uh, a cool hack for anybody who's interested: the Belgian waffle mix. If you get that batter and make a pancake, it's so delicious. It tastes almost spot on to like Denny's pancakes, and I found that out by accident on that recipe. But some days I get like a little bottle. I like make like little mini pancakes, like tiny little
Like
disc, and I
the
put them in a bowl.
that Jack in the Box ones.
Yeah, and then it was a little smaller. Like no, I'm talking about like penny size. And then I go ahead and drizzle syrup over it, and I eat it like cereal.
If you ever want food hacks, join my
Yeah, dude, we should just make a YouTube channel just like me eating shit.
Mukbang every week.
Dude, mukbangs are super popular. You know that I don't know her specific channel where she eats like live fish.
Mm-mm, don't know.
No, like there's some videos like on Facebook and YouTube where it's like a big old like tin and there's like live fish in there. She pours salt and they all go crazy.
It's just
And then she just well, I don't think she ate them because she got too scared. But
oh
like she'll eat like raw octopus sometimes or like raw crab, and she'll
no,
just like crack it. I'm like, it sound like it looks really inhumane.
easy way to get food poisoning right there.
Yeah, dude, that like those channels get like millions upon millions of views, and I have no idea why.
Transition to YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna be a strictly YouTube podcast now.
just
Mukbang.
just mukbang.
I'm pretty sure it's been done already.
Oh yeah, def. Mike, I had a little section I like to call relatable street.
Relatable street.
It's just some questions, see if you and the audience can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you ever have to find the perfect show or video when you have your plate full of food?
Uh, so lately it's been three shows: The Office, Haikyuu, which is a volleyball anime, and there's one more. But anyways,
But you do have to have your show ready.
I have to have the show, and before I start the show, usually Cobra Kai.
Oh,
I have to have Popeyes or some sort of fast food just here and comfy. I don't know. There's something about it that just makes you like you're relaxed, right? And then
mm-hmm.
when you have food and the TV you're enjoying, it's just like,
Yeah.
what about you?
I struggle to find something, and I'm like, my food's getting cold. Like I'll try to find a YouTube video or anything
Yeah,
until,
YouTube's always helpful.
and I can't start eating until I find something to watch. But yeah,
I think literally Popeyes has been what I've been eating the past 2 weeks. I'm not
gonna
even
be a
kidding.
Popeyes representative now.
Popeyes sponsor us. Black and Ranch sponsor me, dude. I have an addiction to the Black and Ranch sauce. I love it with the tenders. That's I have
Cool invite.
I have a stash of Black and Ranch. Lately, they haven't had any,
You're like,
but
I have so.
I have some. I'm down to one. I checked my stock today. I was like, they need to get more Black and Ranch. So I think I might like
What does
look
it
up a
taste like?
copycat recipe. It's just like like a not even spicy. It's like a mild spicy ranch
It's like
dip.
our RIP McDonald's habanero ranch or less.
Kind of. It's not as spicy. It's not even spicy at all. I just like it because it adds a little bit more spice to it. Because like Popeye's spicy tenders aren't really that spicy,
No.
and so I like to have a little bit more spicier taste zest to my chicken.
Okay, so we got that one out of the way. Um, the ox. You know about the ox?
Yeah,
Do you feel pressured to put the good type of music when you get past the ox?
kind of because my taste of music is a lot different than a lot of people's. Like, if we actually compare our music taste, like yours and mine, it's drastically different. But we have like this small like area where we both like the songs, and
Mm-hmm.
so I always try to like keep that in mind with like whoever I'm with. Like I can't play Childish Gambino with my sister because she doesn't care about Childish Gambino, and so I have to find more of like electro type anime style music, Japanese music.
But she don't mind.
Yeah, she doesn't mind. I think the person has like maybe the closest is my brother. We could listen to pretty much uh, anything together. We don't really have. I don't think he's ever put anything on that I never liked.
Mm-hmm.
And then even if it's something new, I've always like, oh, that's cool. But if I'm in a car full of people, that's when it gets stressful because I'm like, all right, I know you like this, but you don't like that. Like you just get your mind moving. You're like, it's too much pressure.
I do
What
the
about
same
you?
thing with you. When we're in the car together, because I have some like stuff that you definitely like will not like. Like it's like the Spanish type, but like probably like a little too off of like the Spanish rock like we like to listen to.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I really don't like um getting the aux because I feel like my music style is way different from like everyone else that I'm with,
Yeah.
and
No, I think your music sounds fine. And for future references, if you want to play something new, like I am up for it. I will give you my honest opinion if I don't like it or not. If I do
yeah,
like it or
that's what like when I'm with Sid, I'm like, dude, I don't want the music. Just play your music. I don't mind. So I'm like, you might not like my music.
not. Blink 182.
I like I don't mind it. Like
Hmm.
I just don't want people hating on my music and you know vice versa.
I understand. I understand.
But yeah, the aux, the pressure of the aux. All right, Mike. This one's gonna bring some nostalgia back. Do you remember the
I'm ready.
French bread pizza from elementary school?
I do.
Do you miss it? I saw a picture the other day. I'm like, man. I literally looked it up. I went on YouTube. I'm like, copycat French bread pizza recipe.
They sell some of like that same style at like Food Plus and
Yeah, yeah,
Walmart
yeah.
now.
I've seen it.
I
But it
the
doesn't
French
feel
bread
so the same
was
though.
probably because I like use like different ingredients back then that they're probably not allowed to use anymore.
I miss that
Dude,
greasy French bread pizza we get like at 7 in the morning to start school.
and the good thing about it was the bread was always like toasty. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't it wasn't stale crunch. It was like good crunch. And I always remembered like always biting into it and that crunch was always like satisfying for me.
That was like the best pizza we when French bread pizza was in the cafeteria. Everyone like pretty much fought for that thing.
Hmm. Um, do you remember those the ice cream that would like
Oh yeah, yeah.
if you sucked on it a certain way, like it tears up your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
I was remembering those the other day. Actually almost bought some, but I was like, no, I don't want to turn into the Joker.
What about chocolate milk from
uh,
school? No,
mm-mm.
you weren't a fan.
Nah, I always got apple juice or orange
Oh,
juice.
I was always getting the chocolate milk.
I don't know what's up with me and milk. I can't smell it. If I smell it,
Mm.
I gag. If I drink it, I gag. I remember one time when I was like 9, I was riding my bike outside, like really hard, and I was like, it'll make me stronger if I drink some milk. And so I got like a water bottle, and I filled it up with milk, and I was like forcing myself to drink it. And then I went like another like 40 minutes of like hardcore like bike riding, and then at the
Yep.
end I was like,
Yep.
just threw it all up. Not the best.
Maybe that just traumatized you with milk for the rest of your life.
No, I was at that point. I had already been like how I am with milk. I don't know
Oh.
when I changed because I remember I used to be able to drink milk. Strawberry milk was my favorite,
Hmm.
but you never had strawberry milk.
Mm-mm.
You get like the strawberry Hershey syrup that they sell,
I just throw it in there.
and just get half the bottle and just pour it in there. Probably why I have health issues.
At one point, my family was trying to be really healthy, and we used to get soy milk. And I'm like, dude, this is so fucking different. Like, it's not even the same thing.
Yeah, I've smelt it and I could already tell it's not the same. I was like,
No,
ugh.
like you pour it on your cereal, and you're like, no, what is this? You've ruined my whole cereal.
Real quick, I want to know from the audience, and I want to know from you. Am I the only person that like, oops, if I have to try something new, I smell it first, and if I don't like the way it smells, I won't eat it.
I
Do you
don't.
do that, or is it
I'm,
just me?
cause I'm not really picky with anything. Like, I'll try
Yeah,
it no matter what. But if it's nasty, I won't try it.
yeah. Every time if it's something new, I always, even if people are like don't smell it, I'm like, I have to.
Bro,
It's
it's
part
gonna
of
go.
it's in my DNA. I have to smell it.
Like, it's not gonna go past your nose or anything, right? As you're
Uh,
chewing it.
I see the last item, and those are the
Yeah.
best.
Spicy chicken sandwiches from school.
Dude, I crave those. I could still right now. I
You
could
get
remember how it
the
tastes.
taste.
Yeah.
Everyone would rush to the carts during lunch in high school just to get those. Even
Did
middle
you
school, I
guys?
think. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever have to pay for those, or were they free for you?
We No, we got the free lunches. Yeah, I remember.
I had free lunches for a while, and then I had to start paying, and I think they were like $2, and then one year they jumped up to like 350. I was like, I can't get two no more because I only got like $5 for lunch every day. It was not fun paying for lunch because there was some days I'd have to like not eat because I was like, if I save my money today, I get twice the amount of food tomorrow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I could not do that. I would literally look forward to lunch and getting one of those sandwiches.
That the spicy sandwich with the hot Cheetos was like
Mm-hmm.
the best combo. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm in heaven.
So what I would do at lunch, I would get the chocolate milk with the spicy sandwich,
Hmm.
and then I would go back and get the hot Cheetos for the rest, and then save it for like class and be eating it in class. Funny
How
enough,
could you
sorry.
how could you guys eat in class?
I had a TA class
Oh,
after,
okay.
and
I
then
was always jealous of people that could.
I had an art class too, so we didn't do much in there after. So I was gonna tell you, I don't know if you knew, but one of our old coworkers, uh, I met them because they used to work at the carts. So I'm like,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I'll tell you the name later. I don't want to put their
Yeah, it's
name out
okay.
here, but yeah, I'm like, wait. When I got hired at McDonald's, I was like, wait, I know you from somewhere, and I knew him from because I've seen him like every day
You
working
get
the
like a
carts.
flashback
I'm
once
like,
they hand you the food.
like, can you hand me my food? All right, well, that was relatable corner, street, whatever we're gonna call that. Uh,
I don't think we should call it street because I might get taxed.
all right.
We should call it the relatable bubble. I'm kidding.
So
I like
everyone's
the
a corner.
relatable street.
I do have a random question.
Yeah.
So you know when the New Year comes around, they always have the ball drop in Times Square, and then the
Hmm.
Rose Bowl parade in L.A. Would you ever want to experience either one of them or both?
When I was younger, yes, but now that I'm growing up and I hate dealing with people and crowds, really, because uh, I think I would, but from like a very far high vantage point, like maybe like a cool cafe on top of New York
Mm,
building skyscraper, and just like watch that go down and chug my life away. That'd be cool.
because I know you have to get tickets for that, and it's so fucking packed. Like there's so many people on the street.
Actually, did you see this the last or
Mm,
2021 bowl?
no.
So I actually like that idea, and I think if they did that, I would be down to go any day. They actually put them in like little, I don't want to say cage, but they put like a little roadblock fence, and you would have like your own booth
Mm,
with your family, so you didn't have to like be like,
yeah, yeah.
you actually had
And then
like a
people like
little,
pushed around to like try to get the best view.
yeah, and it just seems really stressful. Like I would stress out with all those people there
Claustrophobic.
because, yeah, the crowds, me and crowds don't get along. I kind of get grumpy sometimes because I don't know, maybe it's my anxiety. Did you? Because I know you went to New York. Did you get to experience that?
No, I would. The only times I went were April and like June, August time.
Mm,
But that would be really cool to experience, especially
I'd
like
be.
the skating. Like I don't know how to skate, but like we could try.
I mean, there's an ice skating ring like a couple minutes
Anyways,
away.
what about the Rose Bowl parade?
I'm actually. I don't. I never. I don't think I ever knew about that.
What really?
Yeah. What is it?
It's a parade that happens on the New Year, and then they get the floats from literally like all around the world. They'll
Oh,
get
really?
floats, or they'll get bands. Yeah, starts like at 7 a.m. on the New Year. I don't think they
Let's
had it
go.
this year.
No, I've never heard of that before.
Hmm?
I've heard of the Rose Bowl
Game,
game.
yeah. So they do the parade, and then they give people time to go to the if they have tickets to go to the game too.
That's in LA.
Mm-hmm. Pasadena. So I think it's
Mm.
like a. I don't even think it's that expensive. I think it's like. I don't want to exaggerate the number. But I think it's like 1,000 for like 4 people with accommodations and everything.
Like for the whole,
Tickets
like
for
your
both
ticket.
and your
Fact
hotel.
checker. Fact checker. Get on that.
Yeah.
What's
So
the price for a ticket at the Rose Bowl parade?
for the parade, it's not that bad, and it depends on where you want to sit too, because it's all like down one street. It's like
It's a
televised
long
live.
street.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually shocked. I've never heard of this. I'm completely uncultured now.
Do you usually stay up for like the New Year's or what?
Yeah.
Probably slept through it all the time.
When I was a kid, yeah, I would. Well, they would make like like Christmas parties. I'm pretty sure um you might have experienced it. Like if you ever go over like someone's like your family's house,
Mm-hmm.
and they would get together, and we'd be there from like 1 or 3 in the afternoon till midnight, and you're like asleep till like 11:50, and your mom's like, "Get up," or your thea's like, "Mijo, get up," and I'm like, "Eh,
Happy New Year! You gotta hug everyone
Happy New
around.
Year." Then I go back to bed. It's so funny, like when you're a child, like you just get up and go back to bed so easy. $147 is the cheapest. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. You get to see the whole parade.
And speaking of 2021 and New Year's, do you have any expectations other than not your resolutions, but or is there anything like you expect to come out of 2021?
I
That could be
want,
anything bad or anything good.
I want sports to reopen to the people. I want to
Sports?
go see sports. I want to go see wrestling. I want to go
Oh,
see football games. I want to do all that. I want concerts to come back, especially concerts.
yeah. I think I think with the school schedule, like it'll be set, and I'll be able to do a little bit more. So I definitely do want to go out because after this past year, I'm like, we both, and even our friends, we all have to start like living lives, like enjoying it. So concerts for sure, dude. I'm
Movie
not.
theaters.
Oh, I miss the movies, man. We were supposed to go watch Maverick, Top
Mm,
Gun.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
We
already out,
we
but
said
we could
we
have a
said
movie
we're gonna
night.
watch that.
Yeah.
We gotta take Sid.
Uh, what else are you expecting?
Not to go off of it, but movie theaters took like a 80% fucking decline this past year because
Hmm.
no one could go. I'm like, they lost a hell of a lot of money,
Yeah,
let alone
they
probably what
were
they're gonna lose this year.
before things got bad in the winter. They were planning on reopening several locations, but not all of them
Mm-hmm.
because it was so bad. And then like this huge wave of COVID hit, and then we couldn't have it no more. I was like, damn it! Like I really want to go to the movies, get myself some popcorn and that huge ass soda that no one really needs to be drinking in their lives.
Unless you eat the whole popcorn by yourself to wash it down.
Dude, honestly, my dad could eat a whole thing of popcorn if we let him. We make him share.
The last time I went to the movie theater, I think I took my parents to go watch Back to the Future. They have like throwback nights in
Yeah.
Riverbank,
Hmm.
and it was like I was watching it like it just came out in the 80s. And then my mom would, we all split one tub of popcorn, and then we like killed it before like half hour. And she's like, "Go get another one."
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm getting the popcorn. She brings out the soda. Like, I'm not come refill the soda as well. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah. And then you got to get up, miss like 15 minutes of the damn movie.
And I'm like, yeah. So this movie, huh? I missed like half of it already.
What else? What else? Expectations for 2021?
I mean, I don't know, man. I hope people actually start listening and try to get the vaccine, so we could try to go back to normal.
Sense of normalcy.
Because this seems to be the new norm now. But I don't know. And then, uh, I felt kind of bad yesterday because my friend couldn't have anyone out of pregnancy. So I don't know. That's because of COVID and shit.
Hmm.
Just hoping everything goes back to normal eventually because it sucks. Doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
It's not fun
Not
being
for me.
stuck in your house, and like when you do go out, like you're either judging people because of what they're doing, or you're being judged for what you're doing. It's just like it's just nonstop like negativity going on.
Or even just like going to work, having to have that face mask on all day.
It
Sucks.
really does suck. I
But I
think
don't know.
I expect like just a funner year, man. Like
Hopefully.
the way vaccines are going right now, like they're not looking good. And I
Mm-hmm.
hope people come to the sense like it's gonna suck to possibly get COVID. There's always a small chance with whichever vaccine you could get whatever you're injecting yourself with. But like, I hope people think that um, or understand like a lot of what's in the vaccine is healthier than the fast food or junk food that we eat, or whatever else we put in our bodies. Um, and hoping going through that we can get back to like normalcy because I want the theaters to open up. I think the only good thing that I actually do like is outdoor dining. Sometimes
Yeah, yeah.
is nice. It's been kind of nice. I don't mind it. I'd actually prefer it now.
The only thing is, you sometimes you don't get seated down because spacing. You have to wait.
Yeah. Um.
We miss going out. Like we can't even go to San Fran right now with actually trying to get something.
Yeah. Um. Traveling would be super nice. Like I think I'm gonna have to wait to like travel to the bigger cities till like probably the end of the year or maybe even like the summer because with how everything's going, like California is one of the worst states right now with in
Oh
terms
yeah.
of COVID, and so it's like nowhere safe. It's like you step out and you got COVID out
Yeah.
over here.
COVID in the lungs.
Uh, negative. Negative. I mentioned negative, and there's really nothing that you would want to happen negative, but I mean, people. I've been seeing like people saying like, oh, there's gonna be like a huge earthquake this year happening,
I mean,
and it's supposed to
you
like
never know.
tear California. Like you can't possibly predict that. I guess that would be the only negative. But even then, I don't want that to happen because I like where I live, despite some of the things.
I mean, we're pretty much in the middle, so we could do whatever we want in the state,
hmm
which is good.
I really want to go hiking.
Oh yeah, we've been
I've
planning
been
that.
telling you guys I've been wanting to go hiking for a long time. My only concern is like just traveling, and if I pass somebody who has it, like I don't want to get
Yeah.
it again. It's terrible. And a question I was going to ask you is, do you think this is going to be like the new norm for like the next few years?
I don't want to say years, but probably this year. At least we're still gonna be go through it for sure.
Because right now, I believe I read an article from Fresno, and they were saying that 50% of their medical staff wasn't vaccinated,
hmm
and Tulare County has a bunch of vaccines not being put to use, and people are worried that they're going to go to waste. And so it's like, are people waiting because one, they're scared, they want to see who like what happens to the people that do get it, the vaccination, or is it just ignorance? Is it like all the like conspiracies about the vaccine that's stopping people? Um, with all that happening, like it's clearly causing a delay in rolling out the vaccine. So, like, do you think it's um, going to be the new norm where we have to wear face masks constantly now? Or, I mean, I'm not going to say like in 50 years we're going to have to wear face masks. Who
No,
knows? We might not. I'm pretty sure we'll be past COVID by then.
I'm pretty
But
sure it'll be like the next this year and most likely I don't know. Best guess most of next year because it's going like by the time people actually realize what they need, it's. I mean, it's gonna take time because I mean I don't know how you think about it, but I do want to see. I don't want to be like the first wave of vaccinations. I want to see what happens,
hmm
at the start. But obviously, I do want to get it eventually, but just want to be precautious with everything.
yeah, I was actually bummed. Like, I was actually sad on the verge of tears because I couldn't get my vaccine because since well my policy with the hospital is if you've had COVID within the 90 days they recommend you not get the vaccination
Mm-hmm.
because there's not enough studies done for people who've gotten uh, COVID within the 30 days of getting or 90 days of getting the vaccination. So I'm on the no vaccination list at my hospital. I don't think I get it till mid-March, but like literally like it's a step in the right direction, I feel. And this is like my own opinion, I feel like it's a really good step in the direction. And to me, it's like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna get out of this hellhole, like sooner or
Eventually.
later, eventually, yeah. And like I said, I was just really, really bummed. And I told my mom and dad, I was like, I'm bummed I can't get the vaccine. And um, they were like, there's people out here that don't want it, and you're over here like whining that you do want it. I was like, don't
I
leave me
mean, it's
alone.
everyone's personal preference too, though.
Yeah, like I feel like it's also my responsibility as a medical healthcare worker. Like, especially if I go into nursing, like we have to make steps for people that aren't in the medical field. I feel like it's part of like the sacrifice of being a medical worker. Like when the Spanish flu and all these other huge pandemics happened in the past, like you know, frontline workers were the people who were impacted the most. And it's either for us, it's like we either get COVID or we get COVID from the vaccine. Um, I feel like that's like a really just responsible sacrifice that we should be making. And again, that this is my opinion, doesn't mean I'm speaking for like everybody, because I know there's people that I work with that would they feel different about it. Um, so I don't want to like make it seem like all this is how all of us should be thinking, but this is how I think about being in the medical field.
That was well.
That was
I was
what.
listening. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to add, you can, or ask questions. You want to interview me? Just kidding. I don't want to be interviewed.
Save it for a later episode.
Yeah. Did you hear about the new? Well, I know you did, but did anybody else here in Cali that we might be possibly getting another stimulus? So Gavin's pushing for a Golden State stimulus for low income uh, programs. So if you make like less than 30K, or if you're in one of the low income programs, you'll most likely qualify. But not everybody will be getting it because uh, what 4 million?
I heard also if you have an ITIN, immigrant with an ITIN, or your due taxes, you'll most likely get it.
Yeah, I think he said specifically that this is for people who haven't gotten the stimulus. So I think
Mm-hmm.
even dependents who are independent but are state dependent, I think they might even be able to qualify for this too,
Yeah,
which would be nice because I know a lot of people like missed out on it. They're like, "Oh, you guys are lucky."
yeah. I know there was a
Like,
lot of people asking if they were even gonna get this past federal one that happened. So
mm-hmm.
this is a good. I think it's a good shout for people who didn't get it.
And some people might. I was reading on the article that some people might be getting 1,200.
Hmm.
So it would be, I know everybody needs a lot of help right now, and regardless of what your living situation is, you have to think about other people. I know there's people that like really don't want the 2K stimulus, and there's people that do want 2K stimulus. Um, like my dad said, like there's people that are struggling to make ends meet right now, and that 2K could really help them out. And so I think it's important that everybody understands like you might be good or we might be good, but there's someone out there that's struggling really hard and just ready to, get banged by life. Hopefully they don't, because living through rough times like this, like it sucks.
Really does, man.
I don't like it.
Anyway, can we go on a positive take now? It's been
It's
go on
been
a
a
happy
sad
note.
episode. Yeah, let's go into happy mode. Tell me
uh,
what you got for happiness.
I got today in history. Remember that?
Yeah,
What happened
we haven't done one of
today?
those in a while.
January the 9th. Did you know in 1768, no, January 9th, it was the first modern circus to be staged? So they had all the acts ready, but this was the one where they actually brought people to see what the acts were.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
and it happened in London. Oh, circus has been
Those
around for a while.
Londoners
Been
get
around
the London look.
for a while.
Well, what year did that come out again? 17.
1768,
Dang,
1800s, pretty much. 18th
that's really
century,
cool. I didn't think that circuses were like that old.
right?
I thought they were like a 1950s thing.
Um, they've been around for a minute. Okay. In 2001, iTunes is launched. Remember the brick big iPods that
Yeah.
knocked someone out?
Did you ever have one?
Mm-mm. Nah.
Me either.
Our first iPod I got was I think an iPod Touch, and it was like the fourth generation I think.
Hmm.
So it was like way down the line. And then, funny enough, 6 years down the line, Steve Jobs announces the iPhone.
Feel like they did that on purpose. It's like an iconic moment where like, hey, we're Apple, and then they're like, hey, look what we could do now.
We got a phone with it now.
Got a phone. Big old brick phone.
It's crazy. It's been 13 years. No, wait, 14. 14 years.
14.
14 years of iPhone.
And they're all the damn same thing. I have iPhones. I feel like in terms of technology, like I feel like we really accelerated the past like 20 years, even no 40 years to be honest. 1980s, I feel like it really just kind of blew up. I mean, it's just to be my thought process because I'm not very, you know.
Well, yeah, remember the old like 80s phones? It was like almost like a brick, and you had to take out the whole antenna.
Yeah. What
And
was it? The Wall Street movie where that Michael Douglas had that big old brick that looked like gave him a brain tumor or something next to his ear.
and now we have these smartphones. I mean, the iPhone pretty much started the smartphone process, so
Mm-hmm.
it was a good step in the right direction. I remember when everyone was like, "Where's the antenna for it?" Because it wouldn't come out anymore.
I don't I don't really remember too much, but I do remember like people thought they were like extremely elite for having an
Hmm.
iPhone. And I think that's where like that attitude of elitism
For the
that
iPhone.
like comes with the iPhone, like I think that's where it came from.
So
I
yeah,
like Android.
that was
in
like
terms of
a
like in terms of like culture and iPhones, I wanted to get your opinion on something. What do you think of cancer culture? Cancer culture.
cancel.
Cancer.
A cancel.
Cancel culture.
I don't know, man. I don't want to get too like raunchy with it, but I don't know. I don't like how people get canceled like that, like so quickly. Um, I did have the situation with the Kevin Spacey I talked about with one of my buddies, and I don't know. I feel like I was really into the show House of Cards on Netflix, and I couldn't even watch the last season because they didn't have him on, and he was like such an essential part to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was like, dude, I don't even want to watch it no more. Like, I don't care. Like, they pretty much just wrote him off because of what ended up happening with him,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't heard from him like anything with him since.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't like it, but I mean, I guess majority of the people do it anyways. I don't know. I don't know what really to say. I don't think it's right. I know you probably have the same take, but
Yeah. I don't. I definitely don't think it's right, and I don't think it's something we should be doing because a lot, to an extent, I feel that person needs to be held accountable for, but by like it's hard, like legal actions. But then there's sometimes where things get through loops, and then that's when people should be cancel culture. But then there's like a lot of like stupid small stuff that like just doesn't make any sense. Like why are you doing this? And I feel like people just hop on that trend just to say like, oh yeah, I was part of the cult cancel culture when Kevin Hart cheated on his wife. Like yeah, cancel him. Like whatever. Like that's his person. That's their personal life. You don't need to be in it. Like no one cancels you for your own mistakes. You know. Like
mm-hmm.
why are you going to cancel somebody else? I think that's an attitude to have when it's 2021. If you don't justify your actions, then you shouldn't be like, trying to make people justify theirs or judging other people if
Mm-hmm.
you can't even do it to yourself.
Uh, don't get me wrong. There's some people that probably should like Jake Paul. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
I don't like that guy.
both the Paul brothers, screw them.
Yeah, and then you have people getting over here like something they did years ago. So I don't know. That's just me.
And then you have some that are like really like in their profession, it could possibly be hard because now don't get me wrong, what I'm about to say, I do not agree with, nor do I accept it because it's morally and ethically wrong. But Jimmy Fallon, I believe, did a skit where he played was it Eddie Murphy?
He did blackface, right? I remember.
Yeah, he did blackface, and he I think it was last year. Now, of course, it's wrong, and we shouldn't be, you know, bringing that stuff up. Well, not necessarily not bringing it up because it needs to be talked about, but it shouldn't be made into comedy. But then there's so many. I feel like for comedians, like one day they can be making fun of something that's morally wrong and ethically wrong, and then the next they're getting canceled for it. and I feel like it's because of, like, the two different generations that we've lived through. You know, we have our parents' generation, we have our generation, then we have like my brothers and sisters' generation. All of these generations are like
Now all mixed
either
together
it's
pretty
a
much.
joke, and then you have other ones like it's offensive, and so like for comedians, they have to find like the middle, and for them, it's like what's okay one day is not okay another day. And like I said, don't get me wrong, that was not right what he did. I don't agree with it. And I'm not trying to like stick up for him, but I'm just saying like I'm pretty sure it's very hard for like especially comedians
Yeah,
to do their jobs.
you brought up the good point because I was gonna say the exact shows comedians get like the worst out of it because everything changes with time. Because you've seen Scrubs, stuff on there will not be able to be put on TV nowadays, and
Oh yeah,
it's all like they even like said in like their extras like they were trying to be a little more extra with their stuff, trying to get people involved with it, but like that stuff wouldn't fly like nowadays. Like even like there'll be like some homophobic stuff in there that wouldn't like translate now to like being a joke. It'd be offensive to someone.
yeah. Even episode 14, I believe, Community,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
where
I know what you're talking about.
Chang plays he's a night elf, but people took offense because he was
In
like
blackface.
he looked like he was in
Yeah.
blackface. So like
The episode even got taken down.
yeah, I was dude. It was. I remember I laughed so hard at that, and I'm not saying like because of the how would I say it?
Not how
It
he's
wasn't
portrayed, but how he was like
how
as a
he is.
character. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just so funny, and I was like, I think that was like honestly one of my favorite episodes in that season. I think, and I loved it, and I didn't take it like as it was something racial. Like they were just having fun with being a night elf, and unfortunately it got taken down, but I could also see like how that can be highly offensive, and so um I don't want to seem like I'm okay with that because I'm not racist nor am I okay with like stuff that like that's wrong like that. But I do agree, and even in terms of like in we were kids, we all are guilty of saying something we shouldn't be saying,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like you can't even utter anything like that because it's someone's like will just tackle your ass and be like, you can't be saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel him. I don't even know him. Cancel.
Oh, it's
That's just the world we live in now,
it's
man.
just tough. You have to find like a midpoint to not if you're gonna do a joke but not make it offensive
Yeah,
type of thing.
and
But
in kindergarten, like when you're a kid, like that's how we're supposed to be. But I mean, some of us have like really crude humor.
oh yeah,
You know, I mean, I I, I really don't like the whole like racial comedy. Even if I'm Mexican, I say like I shouldn't be able to say that if other people can't say it or if they get torn down for saying it. Like I'm more Americanized, but like my heritage is Mexican. Like I'm a Mexican, and for people to I'm trying to word it carefully because I don't want to seem like I'm ignorant or arrogant or whatever.
you pretty much want to see everyone on the same playing field, pretty much. Like if
Yeah,
they can't
but I
say
know,
it, you shouldn't.
yeah, I know it's never gonna happen
Yeah,
because it's just like it's like kids. Like if you laugh at something they do when it's bad, they're gonna think it's okay,
yeah.
and then they might teach somebody else, and then they're gonna be drastically punished for it. And I feel like it's kind of wrong. And I know it's not gonna ever happen. It's never gonna be where we're all on the equal playing field because there's so many opinions on Earth.
Well, yeah.
That was interesting. That was a Rocket League conversation.
I just don't think someone should get canceled for something that happened in a different time, or
Unless it was really bad,
oh yeah.
then yeah,
Well,
I think they
don't
should.
tell me it's like I'm not saying it's like oh just don't do anything because it was back in the '80s. Like I'm just saying they shouldn't get canceled for something. Just do what's right type of thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cancel you for looking too damn cute.
All right, I'm not. I have two little news stories before we wrap up.
All right.
Unless you have any more topics you want to talk about.
No.
Um, so women got really impacted this past year. They lost 5.4 million jobs since last February. And as of last month of December, out of the 140,000 jobs lost by the U.S. economy, they were all women. So they've been having it tough lately. So
I feel
5.4 million. That's insane.
it's a lot, and I don't think that's fair. And I know people get like upset when people are like protesting, especially for women's rights. Like I feel like 2020 just really sucked as a year, not only because of COVID, but like people are still fighting for equal rights in the workforce, um, equal uh, equal lives. I guess
Mm-hmm.
is that the correct term? For all ethnicities, and it's just kind of sad to see we're in 2020.
2021.
Yeah, 2021, and we're still like I feel like it got hushed, and then 2020 really brought it out, and then you're like, dang, like you kind of don't think about that every day. That stuff like that still is happening all around the world, even right now as we're speaking about it. It's just kind of shocking. Maybe it's because I grew up thinking like the world would be different,
Yeah, we all think the world will be perfect one day eventually.
and then you grow up and you're like, holy shit,
It's a
this is not what I imagined.
it's a
Take me back.
it's a hellhole.
I'm gonna find my receipt to Walmart and go have my mom take me back.
uh, Indonesian plane was flying last night with a 90-minute flight with 62 people on board. And 4 minutes after they took off, they lost 10,000 feet in less than a minute. And they're suspected it crashed somewhere in the Indian Ocean.
The
And
forest.
yeah, pretty much. And some fishermen think they found some debris, so another missing plane added to the Southeast Asian Sea.
Oh, and that's not the first Indonesian plane, right? That's gone down recently,
The other one was the Malaysian one.
or was it Malaysian?
Yeah, but still, it's the same area.
It was the Jun of the end of their words that really confused me.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know. So stories like this make me not want to get on a plane, but I always do want to like travel. It'd be cool to like take a plane ride to New York for a day, come back.
see, I'm hella weird, and I actually like watching plane crash documentaries, but not for like what happened to people, but the improvements and like how stupid some people are of what how it
You,
happened.
the FBI just put you on their watch list now. You're kidding.
There's one that I like. It could be something so small and it costs so many lives. I'm like, dude, how can you overlook that? Like you're paid to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were just like, dude, you wanted someone to die. Like you can't not do your job. I saw one where they literally had to like clean some of the stuff inside, and they like just always like they have maintenance reports on it. They just neglected to keep doing it, so they always go back to the person who was in charge of it. Or there was one where I don't know if you've ever seen a plane, like a water plane hybrid,
Yeah,
where they
seaplane.
yeah they take off of land and go on water, and then they can land back on water.
Yeah.
So then those you have to be really be careful with, because the salt in the water can like mess up anything on the plane,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't keeping the right maintenance up on the wings, that some of the wings get so like frail they'll end up just cracking. And this one plane, I'm pretty sure it's by like Florida. It's like a small little ride. Right when they landed, one of them like cracked, and it like spun the whole plane, and it kept rolling, and it killed like 30 people inside.
That's scary.
So it's like, dude, it could like pilots have a lot on their back.
Yeah. Not just pilots, but like the mechanics that go
Air
into
traffic, everything.
maintaining.
Like people don't realize how how insane it is. And it could
Yeah,
be like little errors too. I saw this one where they were going to Colombia, and I don't know if you know, but like every airport has like different airport codes, like 3 letters,
mm-hmm.
and for most of the planes are on autopilot, so it'll just fly itself. So you just tell it's like, oh, if you're going to Fresno, you just put like FAT, and to be like, oh, okay, and it'll track the like closest course, and it'll fly it for you. But when they went to Colombia, they like mistyped one of the letters, and instead of going this way, it veered off going this way and straight into the mountains, and they ran out of fuel.
Oh,
And the airport they were trying to look for like was getting attacked by like rebels anyways, so they had to like guide them in, and they're like, we're like in the mountains, like we should have been there by now.
mm-hmm.
And the plane just like didn't have enough fuel to make it there, and it literally just dropped because they didn't even notice it was in the middle of the night.
Damn.
And they were like in the middle of the Andes, I think.
It
So
was. Oh no, that's it. Was that the cannibal one?
no, 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 no.
We should talk about that next episode.
Yeah,
The hikers and the plane crash.
I have read about that one.
So, how often do you think it's a system failure compared to mechanical failure that planes go down? From what you've seen from like documentaries, like where do you
Mm,
what do you like view that happens often, more often than the other?
Most of it might be human error
Human,
because there is a lot of mechanical. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot, but I don't know. They might be like 50-50, honestly.
really?
Because I've seen one where I don't know how much you know about planes, but the way they explain it is like, makes anyone understand it. There's these planes that had like literally the propellers like in the tail, so it would move the plane around. And one of these it totally like ripped off, so the plane literally just shot down, and so you couldn't even control it. And the pilot was just like holding back, just trying to like pick up the plane, and can't do anything when that
Nothing.
thing comes off. So
That shit's scary.
yeah, and I think it was just because they had to like just maintain it, put oil on it or something, or just like put fluid in it, and it just snapped. So after that, like they sent out reports to make sure they keep doing it on everything.
Fact
But
check.
it's crazy, man.
Oh,
A lot of
fact. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, no. Just saying, it's just wild that it happens.
Fact checker. We need the average lifespan of a pilot,
Hmm.
commercial pilot.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they
Or like
could
an airline
fly
pilot.
for the whole life because of the. I guess like there's a lot of radiation that they experience when they're up there.
Yeah, it goes straight into your lungs.
Yeah, but dang, the I yeah. Well, now I would rather just drive across country. I want to drive across the sea too.
Like Sully, that wasn't even a pilot's fault. That was just birds going on a engine. You heard about that, right? The one that lands on the Hudson River.
Uh-uh.
Look it up. There's a movie about it. Tom Hanks is in it. Some birds fly into one of the engines, so he literally like glides the plane down onto the Hudson River. The whole movie's like telling why he didn't try to make it back to an airport, like because this was my only chance. So they like did the simulations, and he ends up being right. And they listen to like everything that happens in the cockpit.
Isn't it funny how Tom Hanks is always playing those really like crucial real life roles? Like he's always like either in a
Captain
plane or
Philip,
a space shuttle, captain of a ship. Like he's.
Apollo
I'm surprised he hasn't
13,
done a doctor one yet.
Castaway.
Let me see. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, the overall average life expectancy for Americans 60 years is 20.4. Um, hmm. We'll get back to you guys on that one because I'm kind of curious because they can't, like I said, they can't fly forever. So I'm wondering if they can only like pilot so many sorties before like they're like, all right, you got to retire now. What do you think?
I'm actually looking it up. Oh,
I'm
right
gonna
there.
say it's for like 15 years that they could fly.
So pilots, a mandatory retirement age of pilots is 65. For air traffic controllers, it's 56 with exceptions up to 61.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Even just like, 51. You said 51 is their retirement, or 61?
For who? Pilots?
Traffic control.
Mandatory 56 with exceptions up to 61.
So, yeah, that must be because I've heard traffic control is like extremely stressful.
Oh, hell yeah.
But then that just shows like it's extremely stressful if they have to retire. Like mandatory retirement is
At
56.
56. Well, I mean, you get your pension sooner.
I guess. You hear that, Gigi? You could retire at 56 if you do air traffic control.
The Fair Treatment for Experienced Pilots Act, December 13, 2007. So, not that long ago. Yeah. And then federal informant, like, hella random, but it's on here. Firefighters have to retire at 57.
Dang, probably because health.
Officers and park rangers. Yeah. More you know.
Retirement. All right, we're reaching towards the end of our episode. Is there anything else you want to talk about, bring up?
I think I talked a lot about planes, and now I'm on a watch list. So
we kind of we got nitty gritty in this one, huh?
Yeah.
We got a little bit more.
Got a little dirty.
Not controversial, but more opinionated,
Down in
which
the mud.
is good. Yeah, we got dirty today. Now I gotta go take a shower, get all this filth off me. You got nothing?
I'm good today, man. Good to be
Alright.
back again.
Yeah. On to the next episode. I'm waiting for your little tidbit of a part that you should do.
Take care.
No.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. There we go. There it is. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
Drink responsibly.